All right, we're live. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Live Sessions. I'm here with Dan Harrison and Camden West, and they're gonna say a little bit about each other, except opposite. They're just gonna say each other.
Yeah.
So, Dan, you can go first and introduce Cam.
Oh, okay. I was going to say he could do, but I guess I can do that. Well, this is Camden West. He hails from Las Vegas, Nevada. He was originally born in Los Angeles, but he brings an eclectic array of influences and sounds to his really awesome signature music. He's been described as Rolling Stones meets Jack Johnson with a little bit of possibly Josh Groban. And I mean, there's definitely some things I'm missing. He's hard to categorize in the best way possible because you just, whenever you hear Camden, it's him. I say he's rock, and he would probably call himself a rock pop artist with some folk and kind of influences like that. But he's got the Camden sound, and that, in fact, that should be one of his record name, his next record's name, the Camden Sound or the West Sound or something like that. Yeah, and he's got some great songs, and he just put out a few songs recently that you'll probably be hearing tonight. And I've heard them many times, and they're great, and I think you'll all enjoy them. So,
yeah, great introduction. All right, Cam, you're up.
That was probably one of the most beautiful introductions anyone's ever done for me. Thank you, Dan.
You're welcome.
Well, over here to my top right, I don't know how it looks on everyone else's screen, but this is Mr. Daniel Harrison. Mr. Dan Harrisongs, and he hails from Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And many can describe his music as soulful country, but with his searing guitar skills, country meets metal rock. Influences such as Van Halen, Bruce Springsteen, Eric Church, and so many more make Dan who he is today. You know exactly who it is when you hear Dan's music. From when you hear Nowhere Bar to Running Out of Radio to Georgia Grown. Wow. You just know. His songs resonate with the soul. It will bring a tear to anyone's eye. That is Dan Harrison.
Oh, God.
Wow, guys, that was impressive for each other. Geez.
I didn't think you would top me, but you might have.
I think you did.
I appreciate that. That was beautiful. It brought a tear to my eye. Really.
Yeah, you bring tears.
I bring
You bring tears.
raindrops in a barrel.
Right. Okay. Well, thanks for the sentimental, guys. That's awesome. So let's talk a little bit about kind of what you guys have been up to. So in case there's people who don't know who you are, maybe give them a little bit about what you're doing.
Sure. Yeah. Oh, Cam, do you want to start? Because I started.
Sure. Yeah. Well, hey guys, I'm Camden West, and Dan did a great job at introducing me. But right now I'm locked up in quarantine in Las Vegas, Nevada, and I've been working on music. I've been working on all sorts of stuff. I've been working on being healthy. I've been cooking a lot more than usual. I've been doing a lot of things. I've been learning a lot, learning how to do things that I wouldn't necessarily know how to do before. I think in a time like this, you have to utilize what you have and be able to do things on your own. So I've been using this time to kind of teach myself skills that would be helpful for me. But yeah, just releasing music and doing what I do.
Awesome.
And I'm happy.
And you just released another song, right?
Yeah. So on Friday, I just released a song called 100 Years or So. And last month I released a song called One Love, and then right before that a song called, what was it? Lie, Cheat, Steal. And so I've been just enjoying putting music out, and now I feel like it's a great time to put more music out. And same with Dan, and Dan's been doing some great stuff.
Yeah, I'll tell you all about it. I have been here in Nashville, kind of holed up, working on a ton of similarly to Camden. I've been learning new skills, mostly related to music, to help further my stuff here. I've been learning how to record, and because when you're locked up in your room, you may as well learn how to record yourself. And so that's been cool. Been writing a ton, and I'm actually working on a song. I was telling Kara before we started. I'm working on putting out a song in the next month or so, and I'm making that demo now. And then we're gonna go into the virtual studio. Me and my producer are kind of collaborating online, and with everything going on, and just excited to put some music out and try and still be as active as possible, even if we can't play shows in person. Be putting out content and engaging and just growing every day. So I have a few songs out already, and I have an EP that hopefully I can actually start recording soon as well. But in the meantime, I wanted to put something out during this time that I wrote during this time that that was sort of inspired by the time, but it's not about it, and it's just a fun song, and I think people would like it a lot, and I'll probably play it tonight for you all. So excited for you guys.
Yeah, we're excited. Well, what is like the main thing that you kind of learned about yourselves being in quarantine? Is there anything new that you've learned?
That I have a hard time turning myself off. Like I said, I've been working a lot, kind of just it's been self-motivated. I know that I have no problem motivating myself, which is a good thing, I guess, but I actually have the opposite problem. It's like when to say, okay, take a break. You've done enough today. You need, in some ways, sometimes a break is part of the work, and you need it to reorient yourself. So I've learned that I don't have any shortage of drive and motivation, even in a time like this. I have a lot of self kind of starting stuff, which I think is good, and it's important for musicians. But having balance is important, and it's sometimes even harder to do when you don't have the structure of a schedule. With I've been writing, but when it's not like you're driving somewhere and then you have work, it is harder for me in some ways to have a balanced schedule. So that's something I've been learning and trying to work with, for sure.
Yeah, I could understand that.
But it's good positives and negatives. So
yeah, it sounds like it's been a positive being able to kind of know that about yourself now, and
for sure,
to before.
For sure, 100%. Yeah, trying to find ways to really force myself to take a breather and step back when it's necessary, and kind of say what I've done. So, because it helps give you good perspective too when you're kind of in the nitty gritty. It's like, man, there's so much stuff I got to get done. I got to do this, and that. Like, if you take a step back, it's like, wow, look at all the stuff I have done. It's a positive reinforcement thing. It remotivates you to do more, but it also helps you be okay to pause.
Right.
It'll be there. So kind of thing.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
How about you, Cam?
Yeah, I think partly the same thing. I think the more you're alone, the more you realize how much you can do, and I've learned that I can do things that I didn't know I could do, and I can push myself in ways that I didn't think I could do. I think I've also learned that there is a point of doing nothing that gets very boring, and gets kind of to a point where you're like, okay, I need to do something, and there you always get to those points. And for me, learning has been the coolest thing about being here. I've been able to work on videos. I've been able to do some recording alone that I've never been confident enough to do before. Just all sorts of things. I've just been working, and I'm happy about a lot of things that I've been able to do in these past 2 months, and I've been able to discipline myself mentally and physically in different ways, and get into a nice routine when I don't really have to. So it's good to be able to do that on my own accord.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys have kind of started to try to perfect your craft, right? And learn a little bit more about it to make it better and make yourselves better as musicians, right?
Totally.
Yeah. How about you, Kara? How has this been helpful for you? And
Oh, I wasn't expecting the question to come back to me. I've definitely knuckled down on trying to make the local music scene better and make better relationships with the artists and hear out people to see, you know, what people want and what the artists want, and also to work within the community with a couple of the musicians. And I've been writing a couple songs that I'm going to put out. So,
Awesome. Well, shit. Well, I want to hear that at some point.
yeah.
Really
You can already hear the first one that's coming out.
Oh, I'd love to hear it.
Well, the rough draft of it anyway. But yeah, so that one's coming out on June 23rd.
Yeah,
It's really cool to see how the local music scene and how it's all grown from the beginning. It's really cool to see, and it's awesome.
You've been there since the beginning.
It's cool.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a tough process of where I fit in Seattle with it and where I fit within the community of this type of thing. And you know, it's been really cool of all the connections I've made and the people that I've been able to you know, really talk to about it, and the musicians. I've made so many friends that are musicians, and it's just so cool to be able to connect with everybody. And I love it. I look forward to it. I do it every single day except for Sunday. And it's just, I just enjoy being able to share everybody and get to know everybody.
Yeah. Totally.
You know, so yeah, but I mean, I've focused more on music this whole time too. Like I have been working 9 to 5 every day too. So it's been a little bit of that. I've also done some self-care and been able to like focus on that too. So it's been, I'm much like you guys, just trying to like take the time that we have to be able to.
I think that is the theme of this whole thing for people, is however that looks for you. Self-care is something that is long overdue for probably a lot of people. And I still probably haven't done enough of it in one sense during this whole time, but I've been focusing on things that I wanted to focus on, which is important. And it shows you that you have time, and if it's important to you, and like what really matters. So yeah, I've been thankful for that.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. Yeah, definitely. Can you guys see the comments? I'm just curious.
Yes, I'm. Oh yeah, I forgot. There's the private chat and okay, now I can do it.
So just Catherine's, when you guys were talking about Raindrops in a Barrel, she's like, "That's a good song right there." I was like, that's already Cam's song.
It happens all the time. It's like, oh, it's a great song, and he's like, oh, already.
You write a new one with the same title.
You could totally write a new one with the same title if it says something different. Keith Urban said in an interview one time he recorded 2 different songs in the same week that had the same title, but they were totally different songs. So you know, it as long as it's not the same hook and melody, it's like there's no rules. You can't copyright words. And
I think I have 2 songs that have the same title.
You have 2 songs?
You do?
2 different songs that have the same title. I have Wait a Minute, and then I have another one called Wait a Minute.
Oh, I want to hear the minute.
Yeah, what's the other one?
It's I have to listen to an old record. It's been a long time since I played it, but
I want to hear that at some point.
Yeah, for sure.
I have a couple songs I think that have pretty similar, if not exact, titles too. So it happens sometimes. I mean, that's just part of the songwriting process. It's all like, oh, the way it hits you, and there's actually there's this other way we could do it, and that's the cool thing about it.
Catherine's like, play it.
I have to play it next.
How did it go? It's like. I can't even remember it.
Very Beatlesy.
Huh?
Sounds very Beatlesy.
Yeah.
It was a very kind of like 50s-ish feel.
Yeah, I get that.
How'd it go? Wait a minute. I promise it won't take long. Wait a minute. I'll be back before you're gone. I know that I can't remember it. can't find another. I'll never find another like you to fill your shoes. So wait a minute. I promise it won't be long. I'd have to go pull it up and figure out.
That's pretty good for not knowing it though.
It's been a long time. It's been a really long time.
How long has it been since you've written that one?
That version of Wait a Minute?
Yeah.
That was probably, wow. Probably end of high school, senior year of high school, or freshman year of college, or something like that. It had like a Beach Boys type thing in the middle of it. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It has that vibe. I was gonna say, like, I like that. I'd really like to actually. I would like you to relearn that because I want to hear it all the way through.
Yeah, I want to hear it too.
Yeah, I'd have to pull it out of the old notebook.
Yeah, you have to like release both songs. I think you already have the other Wait a Minute out, but you can release it as like a package deal, like with and like Wait a Minute on one side and then Wait a Minute Longer on the other side. I don't know.
You gotta pick which one's the A side and which one's the B side.
I don't know. I mean,
right there you go.
Did you write that one first? That new one first?
We're still trying to get him to release Wait a Minute, the newer one.
I thought the newer one was out.
No,
not yet.
No, he's holding back because he knows everybody loves that song.
Well, then you got to put that out. I don't know why you haven't put that out.
Yeah, it's a great song, dude.
That might be my favorite song of yours, Camden, after 100 years or so.
Oh man.
I think it's probably my second favorite.
After what? Well, Energy?
No, that's actually a good song too, but my favorite song of his is Once Summer Ends.
I actually don't know that one.
You know that one?
It's from
my first album.
Outside the Lines, right?
I want to hear that. Do you know that one well enough? I haven't heard that one. You never play it here.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever played it in Nashville.
Yeah, I got to hear it.
I've never
play it right now?
Live. Right now? Are we to that point of the show?
You guys can play whenever you'd like to. It's all right.
Well, you play that song, then I'll play something.
Yeah. Everybody's asking you to play it, Cam.
All right, so it's One Summer Ends. Can you guys hear?
Yep.
Yeah.
Is it too far gone? On the other side, and does the pain get colder when all the lights die? It was like an endless rainbow when I stared into your eyes. And I can hold you close forever, but holding you close in time collides. And I kiss you, and I grab your hand, and then you push me, and I do it again. In my front yard, getting soaking wet, and then you get close, you punch my chest. I ask you where we are, and you say, look, it's a shooting star. I wish it would be forever, you and me. It's too late to pretend, 'cause we know that it's gone once summer ends. Once summer ends. Take a road trip to California. I'll pick you up some forest green. We'll take a walk right through the mountains. I'll buy you some mint chocolate chip ice cream. You say go build me a fire, and then you lay down in my arms. I'll call you my beautiful every day. You say I'm crazy, but I don't care what anyone says. And I kiss you, and I grab your hand, and then you push me, and I do it again. In my front yard, in a soaking wet, and then you get close, you punch my chest. I ask you where we are, and you say, look, it's a shooting star. I wish it would be forever, you and me. It's too late to pretend, 'cause we know that is gone once summer ends. Now that it's over, I must be stronger. I wish that you'd wait for me. You could go buy me roses, but you're the only rose I see. And I see that I kiss you, and I grab your hand, then you push me, and I do it again. In my front yard, getting soaking wet, and then you get close, you punch my chest. I ask you where we are, and you say, look, it's a shooting star. I wish it would be forever, you and me. It's too late to pretend, 'cause we know that it's gone once summer ends. Once summer ends. Once summer ends. Once summer ends.
Yay.
I love that. You know what it reminds me of for some reason? It's like Keith Urban-esque, like kind of like Golden Road era, like Defying Gravity. Like maybe it's because I'm thinking of When Summer Comes Around, but
yeah.
But it's a totally different song. But like it just has that wistful, that same kind of idea. I love it, and I can totally hear Keith singing that song. I think you do it better, but it's just like that kind of. But that's.
He wants it, he can have it.
I mean, he might. You should pitch it to him.
You should pitch it to him, yeah. See what he says.
Yeah. I met Keith once. He's a cool dude. He's pretty short though, but he's very cool.
What does that have to do with anything?
It has nothing to do with anything. He's half my size and twice my talent, more than twice my talent, probably actually. But
I don't know. I would think you guys are the same height.
Because you're so much taller than I am.
Yeah, I was gonna say you tower over everybody. Whatever.
No, actually, he's not that tall. It's mostly his hair anyway when it's
right.
So.
Yeah, but now he doesn't have any hair, so maybe you're not as tall.
Yeah, maybe not. I guess.
Maybe not.
I don't have anyone to judge it off of. So.
Right.
Oh jeez.
Do you want to play one now?
Yeah, totally. I'll play that new one that I was talking about.
Yeah.
I'm working on putting it out hopefully in the next month or two. So you guys will hopefully be hearing it pretty soon. Yeah, this one's called "Can't Take You Anywhere." I wrote it with a couple buddies during this whole thing. Definitely, like the title was inspired by what's going on right now, but it doesn't. It's a song that I think can live on its own, and it's a great song, and something that definitely could have been written before any of this happened. So I found myself writing a lot of songs, not necessarily about what's going on, because I wrote one or two, but that gets pretty old pretty quick. Definitely a lot of titles that are inspired by like what's going on. But yeah, this is just a fun, upbeat, and I hope you guys like it. It's called "Can't Take You Anywhere." We can walk by the river under that August moon. Or we can drive to the mountains, hit a sky-high saloon. But wherever we end up, you got me shaking my head. I'd take one look at you, I'm seeing right through that dress. I can't take you anywhere from Rio to Rome, 'cause the second we get there, I wanna take you back home. The way you're moving, I lose it. And girl, it ain't fair how you take me to heaven, but I can't take you anywhere. I should have more control, but I can't help myself. 'Cause you know what you're doing, and you're doing it well. You love making trouble, love causing a scene. And I want all that trouble so damn selfishly. I can't take you anywhere from Rio to Rome, 'cause the second we get there, I wanna take you back home. The way you're moving, I lose it. And girl, it ain't fair how you take me to heaven, but I can't take you anywhere. So let's get out of here. You take my breath, you take my heart just like it's nothing. So I wanna take your hand and take off running. 'Cause I can't take you anywhere from LA to New York. Is the second we get there, yeah, I wanna head straight for that door. The way you're moving, I lose it. And girl, it ain't fair how you take me to heaven, but I can't take you anywhere. How you take me to heaven, but I can't take you anywhere. Girl, you take me to heaven, but I can't take you anywhere. So let's get out of here. Can't take you, can't take you, can't take you anywhere, yeah. Can't take you, can't take you, can't take you anywhere, yeah. Can't take you, can't take you, can't take you anywhere. Can't take you, can't take you, can't take you anywhere.
Yeah, Dan.
Yeah, Dan, that's awesome.
Thank you.
Dan, your voice is sounding awesome. I'm
Thank
glad it's been healing.
Yeah, that's definitely been something I haven't really talked about it in public. Obviously, Camden, you know about it, but I was struggling with voice issues for a long time the past year. I just developed some stuff on my cords from moving here and just kind of living the life and going hard after it. And it was affecting me for a long time, and it was unfortunate. But sort of an unexpected positive, I guess, of all this is I gave my voice time to heal as well. So I am very glad. I haven't felt this way in a long time. It's good. And now it's just a matter of having it not happen again and learning to sing correctly in a way that doesn't damage. So I am thankful for that, Camden. Yeah, that's been good. And thank you, Catherine. I'm seeing these comments. So,
yeah, Cam, are you seeing them too?
Yeah, I can see them. Hey, Sherry.
Hey, we need a happy birthday.
Hey, Megan.
Yeah, she wants you guys to sing happy birthday to her niece, Megan.
You know the chords, Camden? I know it's the simplest song ever, but for some reason, happy birthday to you. It's D. Yeah.
So I guess it's G to D.
You take the lead. They were asking you anyway.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Megan. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Megan. Happy birthday. to you. Happy birthday.
I tried to go along, but that late man, just when you think there ain't going to be any latency, it comes.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. Happy Birthday is that one song that nobody really knows how to play.
That was right though. You were just doing the D then, and then Happy Birthday, do you see? You went to that C. Happy Birthday. I mean,
I always get stuck on it. If I'm playing a gig, someone says sing Happy Birthday.
It's one of those things that like you should just know, but like you don't think about it because who plays it all the time? Like nobody plays it. Like
yeah.
Did you know that for a while Michael Jackson owned the rights to Happy Birthday, and restaurants not being able to sing it?
Say it again.
And if you were in a restaurant, they weren't allowed to sing Happy Birthday for a while because Michael Jackson owned it.
I did know he owned the rights for that. I didn't.
What?
Why did he do that? Why wouldn't he just?
Yeah. Why would he do that?
Why wouldn't he just cash in on that?
I don't know. That's what I heard. I remember I was at, I think, P.F. Chang's or something, and then it was someone's birthday, and they said, we actually can't sing it. Michael Jackson just bought the rights, and we haven't paid. Or I don't know.
Yeah. Interesting. I've never heard that.
Well, he would just get a piece of like if they were a restaurant that plays any kind of music, whether it's recorded or live, like they have to pay a licensing fee to ASCAP or BMI or CSAC. So they would just.
Yeah, I don't know. I just remember that I was really young when it was happening, and I remember hearing that. He also owned all of the Beatles music.
I don't know if he owned all of it. He owned a big chunk of it, though.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah. Hey, when you're MJ, I mean.
Yeah. You can pretty much own everything.
Well, there's a lot of big MJs. Yeah, Michael Johnson, Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan. So.
Yeah.
Paul McCartney owned all of Michael Jackson's music.
No way. I didn't know.
Really?
That.
No.
Oh.
That's crazy.
I would have thought like Elizabeth Taylor would have or something like that. You know that.
Happy Birthday.
Tolkien or something.
Yeah. Who owns Happy Birthday now? Like.
Yeah.
I think it's just a
public domain.
Public domain.
I hope it probably should be. So.
Yeah, I mean, I would think it should be just because it's sung so much.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
Well.
So, what is like the thing that you guys are looking forward to other than playing live? I know that's like the big thing, but you know, something after all of this. Are you guys looking forward to going anywhere? Or I know Cam, you were going to go to Africa in August, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that got put off, right?
Not happening anymore, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So that'll have to wait till 2021, most likely. But yeah, I'm looking forward to being able to travel again, to be able to just get in a car and go play a gig or get on a plane and go travel through Europe and play shows. And that's what I'm really looking forward to seeing people, seeing my friends, getting on stage. And yeah, I don't know how normal things will get once this is all done. It's going to be a completely new normal, but
take some time.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to whatever's there. And I guess we're just going to have to see one day at a time what happens with it.
Have you been, has it been fun living at your parents' house? Have you had, like, is it different living there since you've been in Nashville for, I think, 2 years or something, right?
Well, I mean, it's nice. I like being home. You know, I'm with my family. Don't have to worry about much. I can be myself. So,
yeah.
Not that I couldn't be myself in Nashville, but it's nice to be home. And my sisters are here too. So we're all in town, which is really cool. Because, you know, you go through times and you're like, well, we're never all going to be together again. Or this is the last, you know, I know we've been on family trips and we've all said this is the last time all 5 of us are going to be on a trip together all at the same time when it's just us. And then this happened. You're like, oh, okay, never mind. Now we're all living together again, which is
now you're sick of each other.
No,
I'm kidding. Yeah. I know that's I'm kind of have the opposite experience. I stuck here because this is where I live. This is where all my stuff is. And my parents also divorced. My mom lives in LA and my dad lives in Philly. And there's not really anywhere for me to go. Like my dad sold our old house like I don't have a room. Like there's a guest room, but it's not a place that I could really comfortably quarantine for a long time. And we all kind of just live in separate cities. And so that's unfortunately I haven't been able to see them, but I'm doing what we can. But I definitely like. It's also made me miss them and appreciate them so more. And I can't wait to echo Camden sentiments. Obviously, to like play shows and go out and get on the road, but just be with friends and family.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Like I can't wait for all my Nashville friends to be back here and like we can go on a boat or just hang out at Camden's house and trash the place. No, I'm kidding. It's pretty clean now, actually. And it's all
in my house more than I have in the past 2 months.
It's all been clean. Well, more in the past year probably, but it's I just really can't wait to just be with friends and family. I think that's the biggest thing because that's what's missing the most. I mean, sure, I don't work right now, but like the thing that makes the biggest difference is being with the people you care and love, and that's the hardest part I think for everyone during this whole time. So it at least puts it into perspective of how special human connection is. We're social creatures. It's as much as I can like put my head down and work and do all those things. Like I definitely miss people.
Yeah. Me too.
Where in Africa have you been?
Oh yeah. She has been to Africa. I've seen her things from there.
Africa is a magical place.
Definitely one place I'd like to go. I just want to see an elephant.
I saw an elephant. You don't have to go to Africa. You can go to Asia. Well, you can go to the zoo too, but if you want to like be
No, I'd rather see. It's funny. I found a picture of myself with an elephant when I was like 5. But
see, you've seen one.
I've seen. I don't remember.
Really cool.
They're truly amazing. They're truly amazing creatures.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see one like in the wild and.
You can go to Thailand. That might be farther than Africa. I don't know. They're both pretty far. So, well, if you're in Seattle, it's probably closer for you to get to. Go to Thailand. That's where I saw an elephant. You go to an elephant sanctuary and you can spend the day with them, ride them, feed them, clean them, everything. It's really cool.
Look into that.
Yeah. Those are some cool places you've been to. I really would love to go to Kenya and to Cape Town.
I'd like to go to Kenya too.
Kenya would be super awesome. In South Africa will be super. I've been to Morocco, but just Tangier, so it's like right on the tip. I didn't really get deep into the art of Africa, but
Cam, you went to Kenya, right?
I was in Uganda.
Oh, Uganda.
Which is
yeah.
Went to Uganda and Morocco, but I was supposed to go to Kenya on this trip, so I was going to go to Uganda and do some stuff.
Dang.
Would have been
just something to look forward to next year, I guess, maybe.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Are you just going to travel the world next year and just not stay in the U.S. since you couldn't go this year?
I might have to.
You might have to.
You're such a travel bug. I can't imagine you're going to stay here.
You can't. It's already been too long since I've seen you.
Well, I'll come back for like a weekend.
Or I can come with you. Let's do it.
Why not?
You should come up here too, by the way. Both of you should come up here.
Love to.
For sure. We have a bunch of places you guys could stay.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I spent a summer in Portland actually. I did an internship in college, and it was beautiful up there. The summers are beautiful in the Pacific Northwest. So
I love the summers here. That's kind of like one of the reasons why I stay.
Oh yeah, and I have some family actually, distant family in Vancouver that I've never met, but I should also go there too, because I hear that's awesome. So yeah.
Yeah, Catherine's like, come up here.
Well, I don't know if the July trip's still happening for me. I was supposed to be up there for a few shows, so we'll see. I haven't really heard from most of the venues, so I should probably figure that out. And
probably be a good idea.
I know that they aren't. If it's the same 3, they aren't opened.
They are.
And Andy canceled his thing. So, but he is having like stuff at his house over the summer.
Yeah.
So, we all were, kind of like Dakota did. So, just less people.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. But for so I had a couple of questions I thought I would ask you guys just for fun.
Sure.
Okay. I kind of feel like I already
for each other.
What?
What if we answer for each other?
I would love that. Let's do that.
And then we'll give you actual answers.
Yes, and then we'll give you actual answers because I can't recap.
Okay. Okay. So are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. So what's your favorite soundtrack from a movie?
Ooh. This is going to guess.
Dan's would be the Bohemian Rhapsody soundtrack.
It's too new.
Okay. It would probably Guardians of the Galaxy.
Come on, you know me better than that.
Warriors?
That's what? I don't even know if I've seen that movie.
All right, your turn. Now you have to say what it actually is.
No, I guess yours first, and then we say.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess yours is Mulan.
No.
Is
Close.
it
Close? Very close.
Tarzan? Phil Collins.
Yes.
Well, hey, that's mine too. So.
No way.
Yeah. So, there you go.
Wow. That's Nick Isham's too.
Is it really?
Tarzan soundtrack. I mean, it's amazing. It's so.
Hercules. I'm sorry, I lied. It's Hercules.
Hercules is awesome too. That's probably probably top 5, maybe even top 3 for me. But Tarzan has to be far and away number 1.
Yeah, that's a good one for sure.
Tarzan's my number 1.
Yeah,
Disney.
no question. But I mean, the Disney soundtracks are really where it's at anyway. So it's hard to argue with that. That's a good question. That one.
What is your favorite concert you've been to? I feel like I know Cam's, but
concert, I can guess that right away.
All right, you go first then.
Rolling Stones. That show you told me about when you saw them privately in LA, like that secret show.
Yeah, that's the best one. Yours would have to be that Eric Church show, an Eric Church concert that you saw.
If I've ever seen him in concert, I would say yes.
Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah, probably that one. I mean, realistically, as much as there's other things but probably that. I saw him twice in 2017, and I'd never seen him. Those are the only 2 times I've seen him. But I saw him sell out Madison Square Garden with my dad, and then I saw him sell out. The 007 soundtracks are great. I've seen that. I saw him in Philly. He sold out the Phillies baseball stadium. And at that point, he played the longest show he'd ever played on American soil, nonstop. This dude's almost 70, and he played 4 hours and 20 minutes without stopping. He literally took a drink of water in time and did not stop. It was insane. And so that was incredible. I mean, some other great shows that I've seen that were really special for me was seeing Queen and Paul Rogers back in, that was one of my first concerts. Something. It was just incredible, because Queen is one of my favorite bands of all time, which is why Camden mentioned Bohemian Rhapsody. And obviously Freddie wasn't there, but it's still super special. Seeing Van Halen.
That movie was really well done, though. He did Rami, whatever that actor is.
Malik, he did a really great job, and Queen's super special to me, and so that was awesome. Seeing Van Halen, I saw their reunion tour with David Lee Roth. That was awesome.
Yeah.
And just an incredible experience, even though I'm not the hugest fan of him as a person. Roger Waters, I saw him do The Wall in its entirety. One of the most classic albums. So good. Speaking of 007, one of my favorite movie songs, it's not a soundtrack, but Camden, do you remember the song that Chris Cornell did for 007, the Casino Royale? It was You Know My Name.
Yeah.
That's such a good song. That's probably that might be my single favorite song from a movie if I had to pick one song. But in terms of whole collective soundtrack, definitely Tarzan. So yeah. Anyway, what else you got for us?
So the other one is like, if you could have dinner with any musician, dead or alive, who would you want to?
Also a good one. Let me guess for Camden. Keith Moon? No. Probably.
I mean, that would be cool, but he's not my.
I know. I'm just thinking because Stones guys. But no, it would probably realistically.
From the Who.
Oh yeah, sorry. I was thinking who's from the Stones. Was it Brian? Whatever. Who was from the Stones? Who was the Stones guy?
Keith Richards.
No. Did you say dead or alive or dead?
Dead or alive.
Oh, okay. If you said dead or alive, then duh, Keith Richards. I thought you were just saying dead. Sorry. Yeah, duh, it'd be Keith. I knew that. Duh. Okay, now you guess for me.
Okay, for you it would be. Yours is tough because you have a few different ones. So
yeah, you might. I mean, like I might say yes, depending on who you say.
Eric Church would be one of them.
Eric Church.
Yeah, Bruce Springsteen would be one of them for you.
Definitely.
Eddie Van Halen.
Definitely.
Maybe Freddie Mercury.
Definitely.
Yeah, I would have said Freddie Mercury.
Now you got to choose one.
I know. Well, you have to choose one. You're picking for me.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, I'd say Bruce Springsteen for you.
Man, it's really tough. He might be. Yeah, I'd say if it wasn't him, it might be Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. I still have your Stevie Ray Vaughan poster that you gave me.
Yeah, I have mine right here. I mean, John Mayer would be up there too. Clapton, like it's so hard to narrow down. But whenever people ask the dead or alive questions, I try and go with someone dead because I like to think maybe there's still a chance I'll meet someone if they're still alive. So yeah, probably I'd have to say of all of them that you mentioned, actually, it would probably be Stevie or Freddie, just because they're not around. Yeah. So yeah, Stacy knows the answer to that. She does. So
Stacey, I don't know why I'm so blurry. I don't know. Something on maybe the internet. I don't know, but I'm plugged in.
Might be your connection.
Yeah, it might be your connection. It's okay though.
All right,
I mean, you're better than you were before when we started, so we can hear you at least.
Yeah. Why
don't you guys play, since there's quite a few people on, why don't you guys play a song? Cam, I think you should play Wait a Minute since Sherry's on here.
Yeah.
It's like her favorite, you know.
Yeah, the Wait a Minute that I know.
Yeah, the Wait a Minute that everybody knows.
It was cold outside. My hands were frozen and I saw a little burning light from my house across the bed. She said, come a little closer. I've been waiting here for you. Won't you stay a little while with me? Stay for a drink or two, and then we talked until the sunrise. She told me about her life, talked of trust and talked of memories. Then our hands began to touch. It was getting late now. It was time to go to bed. As she walked me to her door, I kissed her cheek and then I said, wait a minute. I found love and I found you. Wait a minute. You're holding me. You're holding you. As I walked away, the rain was falling down. I thought of how I fell in love with a girl from this small town. Life can be so hard. It can crush you to the bone. It can wear and take your heart if you're going it alone. And if I walked away right now, I never found my way again, so I made my way to her. She was standing there and she said, wait a minute, I found love, and I found you. Wait a minute, you're holding me, now I'm holding you. Caught in alone, isn't meant for this life. Till there was you, was stopping all right. Wait a minute, I found love, and I found you. I've been waiting for you for my whole life. I've been waiting for you for my whole life. I've been waiting for you for my whole life, my life. I've been waiting for you for my whole life, my life. Oh, I've been waiting for you for my whole life, my life. And I've been waiting for you for my whole life, my life. Wait a minute, I found love, and I found you. Wait a minute, you're holding me, now I'm holding you. Caught in alone, isn't meant for this life. Till there was you, stop with all. Wait a minute, and I found love, and I found you.
Sorry, I didn't realize that my thing was on. I was trying to like just play along for myself because I love that song so much. I didn't mean to.
I muted you.
in being muted. So I love that song. It's so good.
Yeah, it's such a great song. It's so well written too.
Yeah, it's great.
For sure.
Great everything. So
You should share Nowhere Bar with everybody, Dan.
you think? I was thinking maybe Running Out of Radio, but I could do
Or
Nowhere.
Run Out of Radio. That one's a good one too.
What do you think?
Whatever you want to do.
Nowhere Bar.
Okay. This is my first song I put out. You can find it everywhere you find music. I love this song. I never get tired of playing it, as some people get tired of stuff, but this is called Nowhere Bar. Turned off the highway, couldn't tell if it was open. Red dirt parking lot and a neon sign that's broken. One quick beer and I'm out of here. I got to be on my way. 10 miles to Raleigh when I saw your face. I didn't have to go too far to find you. Sitting there in the back of Nowhere Bar in Carolina. One look, it took my breath, but you're still stuck inside of my head. Wherever I go, I'm not too far from the back of Nowhere Bar. Something about the sunset setting down in late September. The air was hot, the beer was cold. I still remember how we shared some rounds as the night came down. And I swear, girl, I believe that the only people in this world were you and me. I didn't have to go too far to find you. Sitting there in the back of nowhere bar in Carolina. One look, it took my breath, but you're still stuck inside of my head. Wherever I go, I'm not too far from the back of nowhere bar. Closing time, you slipped away, and all I had was just a name and a couple empty bottles. But I hope one day that I won't have to go too far to find you. Sitting there in the back of a nowhere bar in Carolina. One look, it took my breath, but you're still stuck inside of my head. Wherever I go, I'm not too far from the back of a nowhere bar. No, I'm not too far from the back of nowhere bar. Wherever I go, I'm not too far. Thank you.
Yay!
Thank you very much, Catherine. I appreciate that. I do. That means a lot. Feels good to be able. I couldn't sing that song for a long time. It feels really good to be able to do that. So
Awesome. It's such a great song, dude. It's a jam for sure.
I appreciate it. I love that song. And
yeah, the both of your songs, those two songs are really awesome. Like you can just like put them on with the top down.
I call Nowhere Bar my energy or my wait a minute. It's my
yeah. Energy's the same way. Energy's like the jam. You can just like turn it up and. That's my
one that people that know me at all request and jam out to. So
yeah.
I love that one. Hopefully, I got some more coming out. You know, I mean, I played a new one for you there, obviously, but
yeah,
I have some more on the EP, my EP that I'm hoping maybe early next year at this point. But I have some other jams on there that I hope people will like just as much. So, because I like them just as much. At least.
Yeah.
I missed hearing that one.
Say again.
I missed hearing that one.
Yeah.
I missed hearing. Wait a minute.
I remember, when we were first getting into Nashville, we'd play a bunch of rounds together.
Mm-hmm.
Always with that one.
Yeah. Oh well, it was one of the first songs. It's funny because like I wrote it before I moved here, or a version of it, and way not as good as that one. But I brought it. I knew it had potential, and I brought it to my buddy Andrew, who is now my producer, and he was able to really get it to where it needed to go. So, and Andrew's written a lot of the stuff with me on that I'm doing for the EP. So I think it's going to be similarly awesome, and I can't wait for people to hear it. So, yeah, and I mean, I remember Energy. I remember all that stuff. Dude, I can't believe I was talking to some people. Like, it was my 2-year anniversary last month. Like,
yeah.
where the fuck did the time go? Excuse me, people watching. 2 years.
It goes by fast.
You've been there 2 years too, right, Cam? Or would have been.
It actually would be 2 years, I think, yesterday.
No way.
Yeah.
We literally moved right around the same time. So.
Yeah.
Wow. Did you guys know each other going into Nashville, or was it you met in Nashville?
We met in Nashville.
But we realized we had connections, before, like outside of that, and like we were in the same fraternity and in different schools, and it was just a small world kind of thing, along with our other buddy Sam, and it's funny. It was a very happy coincident or accident meeting Camden, and so yeah, that's how it goes here. I mean, you meet your crew when you move, and everyone they kind of talk about it like classes here, like people that moved around the time that you moved.
Yeah.
There's some truth to that. I think there's always a grain of salt, but there's definitely a truth to bonding with the people that are adjusting at the same time as you.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree.
You start writing with and all that.
Makes it a little easier.
For sure, it's your family. I mean, I feel just, even though I've only known Camden and these people for 2 years, I feel just as close to them as I do to anybody that I grew up with or my family, because it's what you go through here together. No one else
Yeah.
understands it but you guys. So, but them. So it's a special thing.
Yeah.
Definitely.
What's it like going from the kind of solo thing to moving to Nashville and having to be around just everybody that's, everybody that comes there goes there to be a musician? Is there any sort of like adjustment to just coming there and kind of trying to fit in with all of the saturation of everybody moving there?
Definitely. You start, Cam.
Well, I went from being in the Vegas music scene, which is very, very small, and everybody, and everybody knows you, and you play shows together, and you kind of move up that way. And then I moved to Nashville, and I didn't really know what to expect. I went there thinking there's so many people. There are so many people that are going to be doing the same exact thing as me. And then when I got there, I realized how small Nashville is. And
It's small. Yeah, it totally is.
And I found similarities between the Vegas music scene and Nashville, but Nashville was more of a writer's scene. So everyone's there. They're there to write, and they're there to work as their solo projects. In Vegas, it was a lot of bands doing their thing, and but it was cool. I mean, the transition was interesting, and you quickly learn who your friends are, and you kind of work with them, and you're with them, and you move up with them, and everyone's going through the same thing, where in different places in the world, you're friends with you're friends with whoever, and everyone's doing different things. But in Nashville, we're all doing the same thing. We all have a common struggle. We all have common goals. We all have, we all know what each other's going through. So I think that's a cool thing that I learned when I moved there pretty quickly. I learned that, it's okay to be vulnerable with things and vulnerable with your friends, because they know what you're going through, and they're there for you, and you're there for them. And that's what Nashville is to me. Anyway, it's a group of people that just knows, and you just roll with the punches together.
Yeah. No, I think I would echo a lot of what Camden said. And to answer your question, Stacey, yes, Andrew Capra. It's intimidating. I mean, I've been playing music my whole life in various ways, and I had a cover band with some friends in college. But they're coming from Philly. Growing up, I just for some reason wasn't as connected. The music scene's very different than Vegas, even. And I was playing like some open mics and had a couple like cover gigs, and kind of was just writing and thinking about moving here, or like planning to move here. But I don't have as strong of a connection to the scene back home, but there is some great music that has come out of there, and that's something I would love to get back and connected to in some ways. So for me, I mean, Nashville I knew it was going to be different. I knew it was going to be bigger, and I knew I was going to be a small fish in a big pond. And but at the same time, I also found what Cam said, and that's part of the reason, because I was originally going to go to LA. I was born in LA, still have family out there. I thought it made sense, but even though I knew I wanted to do country music, but someone's like, check out Nashville. It's on your way to LA anyway. Like, and so I decided, I'll give it a try and see how it goes. And I pretty much fell in love right away. And I visited it before seeing a friend, so I knew it would be a good town. But it's, even though it's big and it's the big time, it's accessible. Like, that doesn't mean it's easy. It still takes time. Like, we're still all going through it together and trying to break through the same doors and all those things. But it's, you find your people, you find your crew. It definitely, even if it's intimidating at first, like you you either realize this is what I'm meant to do and I'm going to have to stick it out, or you go home. And for me, that was never an option. And so it was a lot at first, and it's still, some days are easier than others, but I wouldn't trade it for the world. And I'm so happy that I'm here. I just wish I could have moved earlier sometimes, but it happened when it was supposed to happen. And I'm thankful I met who I met. Maybe I wouldn't have met who I met the same way. So I'm really glad for everything. It's been very humbling, but it has also given me the confidence at the same time to know that this is what I'm meant to do, and I'm going to continue to pursue it until I get to where I know I can go. So,
how has moving to Nashville made you guys better songwriters?
Oh man, that's yeah. You want to go first, Ken?
I mean, Nashville's interesting when it comes to songwriting. I mean, you go into Nashville thinking one way, and then you go, and then you're there for a little bit, and you start realizing, okay, there's kind of a little bit of a formulaic type way of writing, and there's all sorts of different ways of writing. There's co-writing, which I never did until I moved to Nashville.
Same, yeah, that was the biggest change for sure.
That was a big change, and to this day now, I don't do that much co-writing, but I do it enough to kind of get best of both worlds, which is cool. But I think moving to Nashville, for me, I started to get a lot more critical on what I've done in the past and what I do alone, because I'm seeing how things work and the way it works. So I think what I take from Nashville is, just I think about things a little more than I did before. When writing before, it was just, I mean, still it's like therapy to me. It's kind of like I need to write in order to feel better about something or to get something off my chest. And that was how I always wrote. And then when I got to Nashville, I used that too. But also in Nashville, you kind of write because you're there to write a great song. So I've tried to take that bit of information that I've learned from that and then apply it to what I usually do. And, it's all a learning experience. And I
heard you say that that there's a Nashville way to write as opposed to like everywhere else. Is that true, or is that just something that like you've kind of adapted while being there or noticed?
Yeah, I personally, I think it's true. I think there is a Nashville way of writing. I think people can look and be like, okay, that song was written in Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm sure Dan can agree with me. Nashville songs, they are, they're written to be this perfect piece of art. You know what I mean?
There's definitely a system. Yeah.
It's there's a way of writing. There's rules. There's rules, regulations. There's things that just don't work when if you're not from there and you're not doing that for that specific reason, you're not going to think of that.
Well, yeah, it all depends on what you're trying to do.
It all depends on what you're trying to do, and there's no right. For me, there's like they're doing that way, and I do that way sometimes with my friends, and it depends on what you're going into the right thinking. It's like, are we going to write this type of song, or am I going to write another type of song?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I think that there's definitely a strategic way of writing in Nashville, but there's everyone does it their own way too. So
yeah, I would also echo Camden's sentiments. Ultimately, I mean, I came here because I wanted to become the best writer I could be, because I've always thought that to be the best artist I can be, I needed to be the best writer I could be, because that's what makes an artist, is what you say, how you say it. Like, because that's like, otherwise you're just singing someone else's cover songs. Like, why do you need to exist? Like, what makes what new thing are you adding to the table sonically and conversationally? So there's definitely a Nashville way. Obviously, as someone who is in the country space, there's very specifically ways to do it. And at the end of the day, even in country, you got to learn the rules and then to know when and how to break them. And Hardy's a good example of someone who does that really well. And I like to think that as I progress, that I'll be able to do that and kind of cross boundaries and meld things together. But it's no question made me a better writer. But to Camden's credit, and I learned this from him, whether or not he knows it and I outwardly said it, but it's really still important to be in touch with yourself, because publishers even and people in the industry, like a lot of people that do co-writing, you still write by yourself, because when you write by yourself, you have no kind of constrictions or time limits, like, oh, we're a 3-hour session and we gotta write it this way. Like, you can really be with yourself. Now, I'm thankful that I've done that system, been in that system, because and I'm still growing and improving, but it's allowed me, like Camden said, to, come back when I go back to write with myself, to kind of review things through that lens. It's like, whereas back in the past, like, writing is still totally therapy, but I kind of would have just written it out and be like, okay, there it is. I've been like, wait, is this actually the best way that I can say it? Like, what if I move this here? Like, just be a little bit more critical, to use his words, but critical in the sense of analysis, not like critiquing, like, oh, this sucks. Like, it's no question made me a better writer. But like with anything, it's knowing when to kind of take a step back, and like when using one way is right, and then just kind of going with your gut. And yeah, I mean, it totally also depends what you're doing. The genre, like, obviously Nashville and country music and pop, to a certain extent, there's formulas that work. But I mean, some of the most interesting and awesome music that I've heard in this town is the stuff that isn't trying to be that. And that's what it is me, if anything. It's like even if I'm trying to do the thing, it's like taking the pieces that make it interesting and stand out from the box a little bit. Cause that's a tough thing with country, is like, you got to write stuff that is familiar enough to be recognizable as country. And what country is so broad. I think, people that say, oh, that's not country, don't actually know what they're talking about. It's, everything. If an artist is playing country music that they say is country music, it's country music. And people thought Hank Williams wasn't country when he came out, and he's the king. And people thought Johnny Cash wasn't country when he came out. So it's all relevant and to the time, but or relative rather. It's all relative into the time, but I think it's still tricky, because you got to be in the commercial scene in some ways. You got to write to a certain area, but then have the extra thing that makes it unique and different enough to say, oh, we haven't heard this before. We basically, Nashville likes to say, I've heard this before, but I haven't heard this before. Like this in country, like that's what you have to do, is strike that balance. And it's definitely tricky. So yeah, to answer your question, I'm completely a changed person and writer as a result, as I hoped I would be. And that's an ongoing process. I think if you're evolving as a human and a person and a musician and an artist, you're evolving as a writer. It's just like an expression, an extension of who you are. So, yeah.
Have you found, when in moving there and seeing all the different, like, amongst all of you guys, I mean, there's, Tyler Bank and Drea and everybody else, like, have you ever, when you get there, feel like you kind of had to change your sound to be exceptional, or do you just kind of stay your way and go with it?
I don't think so. I think, well, Camden probably is in a little bit of a different situation, because he had some more stuff out and he had a stronger sense of his sound. I think for me, it was about discovering my sound. And when we all have influences and people we want to try and emulate, but I don't want to sound like anyone. I want people to be like, oh, that reminds me of this. I like that. Like, if you're going to like these guys, you're going to like me. But it's about finding something distinct and unique. And that's what I love about Camden's music so much, is it is distinct and unique. He is distinct and unique. And I think that's every artist's goal, whatever the genre. And so I think saying, oh, did I have to change my sound? It's sort of almost the incorrect way to phrase the question. It's like, I had to find my sound. So of course things.
That's a better way to put it. Yes.
Things had to change. But like, yes, I mean, some people might feel pressure to like do things a certain way. If I'm obviously writing a song that like isn't necessarily for me as an artist, like this is the dichotomy between writing and then writing for yourself as an artist. Like if I'm writing a song for someone else or just something to pitch, I'm trying to get a sense of like, okay, this is what's hot right now, or this is what's coming down the pipeline. Like, let's try and make it in the style of this, and when you're making demos too, like you try and like catch a certain vibe. So definitely in that respect, you sometimes try and mimic certain sounds. But I think when I'm trying to do my stuff, for sure, I'm trying to not sound like anyone else, even if it's country, like there's, like I said, balance between I haven't heard this and I have. So in a good way.
I think you both have really distinctive music. Like you know when one of your songs like if I have it just on a playlist, like obviously I know both of your guys' songs pretty well, but like before that, like I could tell if it was either Cam or it was you. Like it's one of those things where I think you guys have both found that kind of perfect niche for yourselves. And like if you just put your songs on, it's definitely like you can tell it out of a crowd, you know? So I feel like you guys have really honed in on maybe moving to Nashville that helped, but I think you guys have definitely honed in on who you are as artists, which is really cool because you can just definitely go, oh, that's a Dan's song and we know it's going to be awesome. Or if it's Cam, we know it's going to be awesome, you know?
I think, yeah, I agree with Dan on, I don't think you change yourself as you.
It's of evolution.
Yeah, I phrased it wrong. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, it's evolving and like.
Some people do try and do that and try and be something that they think they need to be, and that never works out. It's always you got to be yourself.
Yeah, I think, I mean, me looking back at my old music and then gradually as it goes on and what I'm planning on doing. And I mean, there is a difference that I can tell. I don't know if other people can tell, but for me, it's, I think being in Nashville, you know, I knew what I wanted to be and I knew how I want to sound. I know who or I'm trying to figure out who I am. I think I know, and but I think that doing what I've been doing kind of gave me a way to figure out what I don't want to be and what parts of me I don't want anymore and what parts, you know, and I think that's a big thing for me personally is it's a growth of, you know, trying to get rid of some things that don't feel right to me anymore that might have felt right to me 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And now, you know, musically, because, you know, maybe I've matured in a way in my writing and the way I hear my music, you know, I've gotten to a point where I know what I don't want to sound like or what I don't want to be like. And I think, you know, being around a lot of different people and hearing so many different things, which we all do, I think we all kind of sit back and be like, okay, I don't want to do that. I do want to kind of do that. I do want to feel that. And for me, that's kind of how it was. And I would play certain songs over and over again, night after night, and be like, okay, I liked that way of playing it a lot more than I did that one.
Yeah.
I think if I slow this down, it's going to feel a lot better. And
yeah, it's totally an experimental thing. 100%.
Yeah, and I know that, and I look back at a lot of my recordings, and the way I play them now are completely different because I'm like, well, it's weird that I did it that way. Now I would do it completely different, and you know, I don't know if it's Nashville or just becoming more mature, but it's, you know, it's a thing that happens, and you really start to understand who you are as a musician, who you are as a person, really. I mean, because it all comes in one. It's not really a separate thing. Like this is coming from you. Yeah. I mean, it comes from the heart, and your music is an expression of who you are as a person. And at least, you know, for a lot of people I know, I mean, our art makes us who we are, and it shows the type of people we are.
Yeah.
Shows who we are. It makes us who we are. It's all of it.
Interconnected. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Do you guys want to play some more music?
Yeah. I'm happy to play one or two more. Oh, how long was this supposed to go for? I forget. There's a time difference with you guys.
Yeah, it was only for an hour, but we're at an hour and 20. I just noticed that right now.
Yeah, I might have to I'd love to just hang on for a little bit more, but I gotta shower and stuff like that.
Yeah, you can. It's okay. We can just go for like 10 minutes and then we can end it. It's okay.
I'd love to play one more. That's cool with y'all.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's close out with one more song.
Yeah.
Yeah. Time flies when you're having fun. So
right.
Let's see. Do you want to go or should I go, Camden?
Sure. I'll go. Whatever.
Okay. Yeah. I'm
Anything you guys want to hear?
trying to think of what I want to play.
Uh,
No, I love energy, but I want to hear something else. Play
oh, I mean, you could do Raindrops in a Barrel since Catherine mentioned that one.
in a Barrel. Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay, I'll do Raindrops in a Barrel. Rising up from the bottom, filling up from her rain. Sometimes there's no stopping when she's dreaming out pain. Soaking in her energy, I'm empathetic for her. As much as I wanna hold it in, the water's flowing over. Raindrops filling up the barrel, starting to seep through. There's no way of stopping all the damage you can do. I don't wanna overflow, but my planks are about to break. For you, I wanna be there for, but I can't be the barrel for your rain. The barrel for your rain. Our love could be perfection. She makes it a hurricane. Drowning in her baggage, the wood is cracking, but I still stay. I don't wanna leave, 'cause somehow she makes me whole. But if that cloud keeps flooding out, at some point I'll have to go. Raindrops filling up, barrel starting to seep through. There's no way of stopping all the damage you can do. I don't wanna overflow, but my planks are about to break. For you, I wanna be there for, but I can't be the barrel for your rain. The barrel for your rain. The water is overflowing now. I never thought I could live without. The raindrops filling up the barrel, starting to seep through. There's no way of stopping all the damage you can do. Raindrops filling up the barrel, starting to seep through. There's no way of stopping all the damage you can do. I don't wanna overflow, but my planks are about to break. For you, I wanna be there for, but I can't be the barrel. For you, I wanna be there for, but I can't be the barrel for your rain. The barrel for your rain. The barrel for your pain. The barrel for your rain.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Love that song.
Thank you.
Man, I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to end with. I think I might do. I think I'm gonna do another newer one that I wrote with a couple buddies of mine. If I can find the lyrics, because it's so new that I want to make sure I have them. Oh, here it is. Okay. This one is called "Bad Friend." I mean, there's a lot of songs out there. Maddie and Tay, they have like they have the friend, friends don't kind of thing. It's kind of in that vein, but this was our kind of version of that. Um, so this is called "Bad Friend."
Okay.
We've been friends for a while, being out with the crew downtown. Something's changing the way you smile, and it's hitting me different now. You broke up with your guy, said I ain't your type, that you ain't looking tonight, 'cause you don't see me that way by the look on your face. You're lying or lost your mind. As if you're shooting me looks from across the room, real close after drink number 2, dancing in the dark, messing with my heart. If you're dropping those hints and acting sober, you already know you're coming over, and that ain't where it ends. Baby, you're a bad friend. Girl, you ain't breaking the law, but you sure as hell bending the rules. And I might be playing along, but don't think I'm playing a fool, 'cause you can't deny that you and I, some of that once in a lifetime. Call it what you want, but don't be wrong, 'cause you know it ain't right. If you're shooting me looks from across the room, getting real close after drink number 2, dancing in the dark, messing with my heart. If you're dropping those hints and acting sober, you already know you're coming over, and that ain't where it ends. Baby, you're a bad friend. 'Cause you're so good at leading me on, but not so good when it's last call. There ain't a line you ain't already crossed. When you're shooting me looks from across the room, getting real close after drink number 2, dancing in the dark, messing with my heart. If you're dropping those hints and acting sober, you already know you're coming over, if that ain't where it ends. Baby, you're a bad, if you're shooting me looks from across the room, real close after drink number 2, dancing in the dark, messing with my heart. If you're dropping those hints and acting sober, you already know you're coming over, and that ain't where it ends. Baby, you're a bad friend. Baby, you're a bad friend. There's that one.
Yeah. That's a good jam, dude.
Thank you. Yeah, it was kind of me trying to do like a.
I've never heard that one before.
Yeah, I've never heard it either.
I wrote it recently. Yeah, it's a fun one. It was kind of trying to. That's a good example of a song that we wrote. We were trying to be in a certain vibe. Like it's a song that I would perform and record myself, but we were trying to like kind of be in a certain pocket, similar to certain artists, like for pitching and stuff like that. Kind of in a Sam Hunt, other stuff probably. So
before we go,
mm-hmm.
I have to play a song.
What song?
I have to do it.
What song?
Save the Date.
Okay. Do it.
So this is a song way back when we first moved. Dan and I and a friend of ours, Brian, wrote this song. I don't think we've ever played it live.
No, I don't think that's true. We might have played it live at a round, but maybe once. I don't know, actually.
And I'm sorry for cutting you off right there. I just realized I completely cut you off in the middle of you talking.
No, you didn't. You cut me off or her off? I don't. You didn't cut me off. It doesn't matter.
You're fine, Cam.
It's great.
Let's see if I can do this one.
Do you have the lyrics up or something?
Yeah, I just pulled it up. Oh, yeah. This is the most country you'll ever see me get. First date, nervous as hell. Pulled up the drive and ring the doorbell. On the stoop, 12:23. She was at 12:25, laughing at me. Her daddy said, "Come over home by 10:30. No problem at all, sir. Don't you worry." But my shoe was untied and I fell to the ground. That's when I had the sense things were about to go south. TGI forgot to pull out a chair. The waiter spilled blue cheese in her hair. I tried to tell a joke, but she just rolled her eyes, texting her friends the whole damn time. Forgot my wallet, so she had to pay, and I'm sitting here praying someone save the date. Next week, matinee, hoping to have a little more luck that day. I picked the movie, she said it was trash. She left to get some snacks and never came back. AMC didn't think she liked me. Leaning for one, then she put the armrest down on me. I tried to tell a joke, but she just rolled her eyes, texting her friends the whole damn time. Forgot our ticket, so she had to pay, and I'm sitting here praying someone save the day. Save the day. All I years my luck was down, and all of a sudden life turned around. Destination Maui, no need to bring your own beat. Come party with me and the girl of my dreams. I'll be standing up front, lost in her eyes, one kiss away from a brand new life. Hot sandy beach, cool ocean waves, 13th of June, hope you can make it, so save the day. Yeah, save the day. Save the day. Save the day.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I like that song.
I like that one.
That song's pretty good, actually. We did a good job of that.
It's pretty country.
Yeah, I mean,
it is. That's way country for you, for sure.
For you, yeah, but it's I like. You can totally still sing it. Like, it doesn't sound disingenuous coming from you. It doesn't, it's funny. It's country because of the wordplay and the humor, but like, it's not like talking about dirt roads or anything.
That's true.
I think you could definitely pull it off if you wanted to. If you wanted to throw it in a set and be like, "Hey, here's a funny song I wrote,"
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
It wouldn't be.
Cam, there's a couple people that are and Dan, you can do one more if you want to because of this, but there's a couple people that are personally messaging me asking you to do Lie, Cheat, Steal.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dan, you want to play a song or you want me to?
I know it's kind of late for you though, Dan.
Yeah, you play one more, Cam, and then we'll go. I really got to get going and doing some stuff. Okay. I don't want to cut off. So you play the one, and then we'll go.
Yep. Who's asking?
Catherine is, and so is somebody else that's on name.
Asking for Lie, Cheat, Steal.
Yeah.
I love it. This is a Nashville song.
This is a Nashville song.
And it's Camden meets Nashville.
Someone did you wrong. He was a thief in the night. Made you cry, said goodbye. Victim of his crimes. That's not me. That's not me. I'm guilty of being honest. I promise. I promise. I'm gonna lie, cheat, steal. It's how I'm gonna keep you, how I'm gonna keep you lying in your arms. Cheat time, steal your heart, whatever I gotta do. Even if I gotta lie, cheat, steal. I lie, cheat, steal for you. I'll be your light through the clouds, your sun in the rain. Paint each day like Monet, take your breath away. So breathe, you're safe with me. I'm ready to take the fall, give it all. I'm a lovesick outlaw. I'm gonna lie, cheat, steal. It's how I'm gonna keep you, how I'm gonna keep you lying in your arms. Cheat time, steal your heart, whatever I gotta do. Even if I gotta lie, cheat, steal. I lie, cheat, steal for you. Even if I gotta. Even if I gotta, even if I gotta lie, cheat, steal. I lie, cheat, steal for you. Whatever I gotta do, whatever I gotta do, I gotta have you. I'm gonna lie, cheat, steal. It's how I'm gonna keep you, how I'm gonna keep you lying in your arms. Cheat time, steal your heart, whatever I gotta do. Even if I gotta lie, cheat, steal. I lie, cheat, steal. I'm gonna lie, cheat, steal. It's how I'm gonna keep you, how I'm gonna keep you in your arms. Cheat time, steal your heart, whatever I gotta do. Even if I gotta lie, cheat, steal. I lie, cheat, steal for you.
I love that song too. I love that song too.
Yeah, that's a great song too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Kara, for having us.
Yeah, thank you for having us. I don't mean to cut us short.
No, you're fine. You stayed way longer than you were supposed to. So I appreciate you guys staying on longer. I'm sorry I wasn't paying attention to the time.
No, it's all good. We were having a good time just chatting. So that's how it goes. It's just, yeah.
Yeah, it's way late for you.
Difference. Yeah, it happens. It's all good.
Yeah.
At least I'm not on the East Coast. It could be worse. So
Yeah, for sure.
it is what it is.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for coming, and we'll do this again. I'm glad you guys were able to do this. So thank you for being the guinea pigs for me.
Of course. Thank you. Would love to do it again sometime. So
yeah.
Keep
I appreciate you guys so much, and just love your music. And hopefully everybody go follow these guys. They're amazing musicians, and make sure you get their music and stream it and buy it.
Thank you.
Hopefully go see them live when they can.
Yes. One day.
One day soon.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys. And thank you everybody for joining us.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Stay safe, everyone.
Yeah.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.